It's Dymnd's. This is my second cooking video that I've ever made. The first one you could probably find in the history somewhere. But anyway, it's the holidays, and I'm in the holiday spirit, and I'm always in the spirit of cheesecakes. So this recipe is going to be an eggnog cheesecake, and I'm going to show you how I made it. So stay tuned, subscribe if you like. If not, just share the video. Either way. And let's get to cooking. If you don't have a hand mixer, go get it. It's not expensive. I got this one for, I believe it was $7.99 at Big Lots. So Big Lots is the place to be, baby. So what you're going to need is your mixing bowl, a graham cracker pie crust, 3 8-ounces of cream cheese, 3 8-ounce boxes of cream cheese, which is 24 ounces of cream cheese, 4 eggs, room temperature. You need a cup of eggnog, a cup of sugar, regular sugar, and 3/4 teaspoons of nutmeg. I'm going to also do cinnamon because I think these two just go hand in hand. And that's just for the cream cheese mix. So what you're going to do is you're going to empty the contents of all 3 packets of the cream cheese into your mixing bowl. Not the easiest thing to do. It can be messy, and I don't like messiness. 3 of those into your bowl. So we have the cup of sugar, cup of eggnog, the 3 8 ounces of cream cheese, and now we're going to put like 3/4 of a tablespoon of nutmeg in there. You could just kind of eye it. I like nutmeg, nutmeggy, mega nut. Put some cinnamon in there. The recipe doesn't call for it, but I love cinnamon. I think it gives it a great flavor. And just blend this before you add your 4 eggs in there. Once you get this mixed up and all together, then you add your 4 eggs slowly and blend it together. Okay, guys, before I start, I want to show you a quick tip on how not to make a mess. All of this could be everywhere. But what I'm going to do, you can either use a paper plate. I don't have any paper plates. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use aluminum foil. I'm going to take these off, cover this with aluminum foil, stick it through there, and then I'm going to blend it. Okay, so you just take a piece of aluminum foil, enough to cover your mixing bowl. You want to stick your mixing sticks in here. You stick it back in your mixer thing to blend. Salt after using the foil, so when you go to mix this, it's not all over the place, right? Okay, so I'm going to remove the aluminum foil because the majority of the mixing and getting that to some type of finish is done, so no mess will be made now. Get the rest that I didn't see with the aluminum foil on the outside. You want to enter your eggs slowly. Four large eggs into the mix until it's fully blended. Okay, and last but not least, once all those ingredients are mixed, you want to add 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour to your mix. This gives it the cakey, texture that it gets once it's done. Blend that flour in there very well. Give it at least a good 30 seconds while you get that flour together in there. Make sure you are preheating your oven to 300 degrees. And you're going to leave this in the oven for about an hour and 30 minutes. This, by the way, the amount of cheesecake filling that I have here will make 2 of these pies. 2 of these pies. The only thing left to do here is to get your crust open and ready. The oven should be preheated at 300 degrees. So make sure you get that popping. Take the little plastic out of here. Now, most recipes you see online will have you making the crust. But why go through that when you can get this cheap at the grocery store for about $2 or so? And sometimes less if it's on sale. Okay, so we got that. Again, the mix and the recipe that I've given you here will make at least 2 of these pies. 2 of these pies. You want to fill it all the way to the top of the pie line. It is not going to rise above it. So don't be afraid to fill the bad boy up. Let's get started.
By the way, that is graham cracker crust.
Okay, so you fill that up to the top. Leave a small amount of space, very small amount of space, not even 1/4 of an inch at the top of there. And that is your cream cheese pie filling ready to go in the oven. So, guys, if you're not making 2 pies, you can go ahead and store the rest in your refrigerator.
Nice eggnog cream cheese cake is in the oven and doing well. That has to be in there for an hour and a half.
For the whipped cream topping or icing, you need 10 tablespoons of powdered sugar, the confectioner's sugar. You need a cup of heavy cream, heavy whipping cream, and 3 tablespoons of the eggnog. Now you want to whip this until you get it basically a whipped cream texture. You see the peaks there that are building, those peaks? You want to whip it until it gets to a texture of whipped cream. So what I did here was I put the whipped cream in a Ziploc bag. I'm going to put it in the fridge. And the Ziploc bag does 2 things. It allows me to cut the corner so I can put a nice spreading of this on top of the cake when it comes out. And it also gets it cool and firm in the fridge. Make sure you do not throw your pie crust plastic away, the plastic that came with the pie crust, because it came this way to cover the pie crust, but you can also use it this way to cover the pie when it's done and when you're not using it. All right, we'll see you guys when the pie is out of here and cooled off and it's time to put the icing on. Okay guys, this is the pie all settled out the oven. And as you can see, once it went down, because it does puff up a little bit, that's why I told you leave that little bit of space, not even 1/4 of an inch. Once it cools down a little bit from inside the oven, it goes back down to size. This is now going to go in the fridge for about 5 to 6 hours. Again, like I said, this is the crust plastic that comes with the crust when you purchase it this way, but now you can use it and cover your pie this way to keep it nice and secure while it's in the refrigerator. I will be back when it's time to put that whipped cream on there. Completely cooled off in the fridge. We have our whipped cream topping. So what I'm gonna do, don't expect me to be fancy now, is I'm gonna cut the corner on the bag and start whipping that cream on now. Yes, sir. Cut a little piece and gonna start the whipped cream topping. Nothing special here going on, guys. Just a little goodness. A little goodness. Oh my goodness. Just a little goodness. Oh my goodness. That is going to be so delicious. So, next time you see me making a pie, maybe I'll get some fancy stuff to do this with. But we'll finish it off with a nice ring around the side. Nothing wrong with a little extra whipped cream. Yes, baby. There you have it, guys.
There you have it.
You're supposed to go like. Wow, guys, this is so good. I just get one right.
How is it?
Guys, this is so.
Dang. No, really, seriously. I just ate most of the pie that was on the plate, and it is so delicious. Oh my gosh.
Let me tell you guys. It's rich, it's creamy. The graham cracker crust is just the best. And the inside, the cheesecake part, tastes like professionals made it. And it has not too much of eggnog flavor, but just the right amount to give you the festive feel. I really recommend that you guys try this recipe and share this recipe, if you did, with Dymnd Drake on Facebook. Dymnd Drake on Facebook, and make sure you try this recipe out because it's worth it.
Tear it up, tear it up. Tear it up, tear it up.